Welcome back. Well, Microsoft recently launching its newest business-sharing digital platform, Microsoft 365 Business. It's purpose-built for small to medium businesses, and it's available now right across Australia and New Zealand. Ian Hurd, General Manager of Digital Workplace and Collaboration at Microsoft, with me to discuss the launch and what it means for small business. Warm welcome to you. As far as a kind of a continuation of what had come before, put this into context. Where were we at prior to 365, and what's prompted the fanfare?
So we were doing a lot of research around the small business, small and medium-sized business, so those maybe with less than 100 employees. And what we found is they had this big issue around the involuntary IT manager. So about 10% of their working day was spent resolving IT issues or searching for the next IT tool. So what we did with Microsoft 365 Business was really look at that entire IT suite for a small to medium business and basically put it in one package that's very easy to consume, onboard, and maintain.
It's interesting. Part of that is then a building out of the awareness of their own business via those social channels. So Google, Facebook, Yelp, Bing. What specifically does this bit of kit, this software do that will fast track, you know, even your listing at the top of a page, for instance?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we've developed a whole suite of small business-focused business apps. You mentioned the listings, other ones as well with regards to being able to, you know, book appointments on using Google or using Bing, favourably, and being able to just make that appointment really seamlessly without people having to hire, you know, extensive receptionists and things like this to take those bookings. But also the big one for us was being able to link that into the productivity of your business, the mobility of your business, and also the security piece. And security has been a big focus for us in the small business.
Because it's interesting, you think of this as a global rollout in many respects, but from a uniquely Australian vantage point, what is different about our cultural approach to X, Y, and Z that kind of makes the one-size-fits-all prone to needing a sort of an Australian, you know, a bit of tweaking? And is that evident at any point along the way?
Yeah, I think the big thing here in Australia is, you know, the need to spread across nationally. So certainly we're seeing the mobility of the workforce being very large. So what we're seeing is in small businesses, 38% of their employees are mobile.
Right.
Which is huge when you think about the stretch in a small business. The second one as well that we found with the local Australian market is just how susceptible we are to being hacked into a small business environment. So what we found is that 43% of all cybercrime targets small businesses. And for those that have been targeted and been, you know, affected, 60% of the time they're out of business within 6 months.
Wow, so is that crippling?
Absolutely. You know, it's you know, the biggest exposure probably they have right now with regards to their business.
So, I mean, you're not to say, though, this is going to replace the virus software, the firewalls, not the firewalls, but I mean the conventional you know, settings that you'd have to be saying are in addition to this, are they not? I mean, what typically is going to give you those defences, or does that all come bundled up?
Absolutely comes bundled up, yeah. So it's, you know, the biggest point of penetration is either through your mobile device or through your email, and that's really what we've centred around with our enterprise mobility and security packages and our advanced security packages within Microsoft 365.
How's it different to an app? So on the app, you'll get those updates even on a weekly or a monthly basis. If it's a Twitter patch that's improving the product, how do you get that same kind of response and responding to latest threats via this?
Yeah, so
how does that play out?
So the big piece here is with enterprise mobility and security, it secures your mobile phone. So you can still say to your employees, bring your mobile device along, but for those specific applications that we have as part of our business, we'll control them, we'll secure them, and then if you leave the organisation, we'll wipe them. So it really just adds that security around that. And you know, you quite rightly mentioned, you know, the release patches that you have on your Twitter or whatever else. You know, what we've done very carefully with Office 365 since its inception a few years ago now is make sure that we're on a single release plan, so you get that kind of predictability and security.
When do you then say this is going to be good until? What then spurs, even as we're talking, they're probably talking about the next iteration, 2.0. You know, when do you make a judgment on a rollout of even something that's probably not even now in people's thinking, but it has to be in yours? You've always got to be one step ahead.
Oh, absolutely, and that's really where the cloud's changed everything for us. You know, as I said, we launched Office 365 into the Australian market a number of years ago now. It's been incredibly successful. And the great thing there is it's evergreen because it's coming out of our cloud. So, for instance, back in March, we launched Teams, which was, in effect, a new feature under the same Office 365 packaging. So for us, you know, this market is such a rapid pace of change right now that we need to keep up, we need to keep ahead of it, and we need to keep innovating. But the key thing is that we don't want our customers to have to go through this massive change management process. No. We want to be able to deliver it all from the cloud so that they don't have to worry about this inventory IT management that we mentioned.
If you are outside of, you know, the key zones of the US, North America, Canada, UK, so say we're doing business to the Middle East. A lot of viewers that come out of the Middle East. What's the option for them, potentially? How does a product sort of put a supplier in touch with the customer? So from Australia over to Abu Dhabi. Yeah. Is this going to be, to your mind, even where the game will be, or you're going to have to, you know, even evolve this product for a Middle East market? Yeah,
absolutely. Look, and we've rolled out globally, so absolutely into the Middle Eastern market, and you know, through our cloud footprint, through our Azure data centers, we have data center locations all over the world. So, you know, so certainly there's the ability to roll these products out rapidly, globally, and consistently with a high level of quality. Okay.
And I guess a final thought, you know, keeping yourself attuned to the changes. We just had a previous guest on who's, you know, his market is millennials. Yeah. And for yours, how do you get out and actually press the flesh? What are your sort of, even your weekly objectives there to convince yourself you know what the thinking is in the real economy? What do you do on that basis?
Yeah, so
is the pub test? What is it?
Yeah, look, I think it's a number of ways. You know, firstly, we have an extensive partner community who are constantly in touch with our customers, along with obviously our own sales force. The other big piece is that because everything now is on the cloud, we're getting real-time feedback from actually the way our customers use the products, and we're collecting that big data and understanding more about that all the time, and learning, refining our products, and obviously outside of that, it's the standard approaches like focus groups and user groups, etc., where we hear back, you know, that real-time response.
Listen, we wish you well. And interesting to see where it's come from, and because, I mean, a shadow of what it would have been, what, 10 years ago now.
Absolutely.
These products, I mean, the cloud. What is the anniversary of the cloud? Do we know? How long has the cloud actually been put away? It's sort of, you blink and it's probably 5, even 6, 7 years.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
All right. We wish you well. Thank you indeed. That you have it from Microsoft, and that product 365, the very latest offering with Ian Hurd, their General Manager of Digital Workplace and Collaboration for Microsoft. Well, that is the show.